What's the raunchiest dare you've ever seen in a game of truth or dare, NSFW? If you really want an amazing game of truth or dare, make everybody pay in $20. If you refuse a dare, you're out. The last man standing gets all the money. The dares are so much raunchier when people are trying to eliminate each other. We were all around 17 at the time, and had found a copy of a game called Foxes and Minks. It was essentially a game of spin the bottle mixed with truth or dare, and intended for swingers. It was published in the 70s by my best guess. Needless to say, the game went on too long. There was plenty of pants and shirt swapping, removal of clothing, and the longer it went without the obviously intended orgy, the more uncomfortable it got. I think we finally stopped with one friend who ended up with his dick in a cup. We unanimously agreed sitting naked in a chair was not going to fly, and a cup was somehow the compromise. We called it a night, traded back all appropriate clothing, and went home very confused. The cup got thrown away. I was dared to flash the street below my tits. We were staying at a hotel outside of DC for a history bowl competition. I was 18 and in my senior year of high school. My 5th grade class went to DC for a summer trip and a girl in the hotel flashed the pool where we were from her room window. This was like 2003 maybe. I remember one of my classmates telling my friend's dad, who was a chaperone, and all he said was, "Well, that was nice of her." My crush said, my name, quick, mouth to mouth on Emma. Emma was on the floor for whatever reason at recess. "Are you still a teacher?" THX for the guild weirdo. I performed the dare. A girl in our group laid on her stomach, propped up 3 all-dressed chips in between her ass cheeks and I had to get down there and eat them out. She got embarrassed when I went for the crumb lick. Edit, wow, my top comment is about eating a girl's ass chips. Happy Boxing Day guys. Went streaking with the neighbors. In college we had 2 attractive neighbors, so on a Friday night my roommates and friends were playing King's Cup and they asked me to run to the neighbor's house and see if they wanted to go streaking with me. They ended up being drunk and one actually wanted to go. So off we went completely naked and I saw she had a tattoo on her lower back in Chinese. I asked her what it said on our run around the block and she said it means friends. Cool girl. Still keep in touch with her. Edit. Spelling. This definitely isn't the raunchiest, but it's one that was the most memorable and went to a surprising place. When I was 14, maybe 15, I lived on a block that was full of girls who were also in my age range, 14, 16. There were 5 girls, me, and one of the girls' twin brother. One night in the summer we're all hanging out in the backyard between my house and the brother, sister, as they were my neighbors. Our houses were kind of the middle point for everyone else, so we'd all basically hang out in front of one of those houses or the backyard. We were all friends and would spend most of the summer outside until midnight or later just hanging out. One night, the brother and sister's parents went out of town to visit some family. The kids got to stay at home and hang out. My parents, or any of the other ones, were easily reachable and able to help if anything happened. When we hung out that night, they brought out some tequila. Everyone sat in a circle and they just sort of passed the bottle around taking drinks. I didn't, because I didn't like the idea of drinking alcohol at my age and then lying to my parents. So everyone is sitting and messing around. We start to play truth or dare. The brother is drinking a lot of it. Everyone else is probably tipsy or getting drunk. Someone asks the brother truth or dare. He says dare. She looks around for a second before looking at his sister and says, "I dare you to make out with your sister for X, 10, I think it was, seconds." It gets a bit of a gross reaction. Yet, with much less hesitation than you'd assume, she shrugs and her brother just fucking goes for it. It felt like they went a bit past the required time. It was definitely shocking and weird. The brother was puking pretty bad about an hour later. Probably not raunchy, but when I was like 16 I was dared to run down the street butt-ass naked to a stop sign that was probably about 200 yards away. It was like 30 out that night and I literally stripped all the way down, not even socks. The street is a busier one with nothing but a wall on both sides, but luckily no one drove by when I did it. Had someone driven down, they would have 100% just seen a naked dude running towards or away from them, as I wouldn't have had anywhere to hide. 3 guys and 3 girls in a hotel room. We were playing using an app or deck of cards and just kinda messing around, skipping over the more outrageous ones as we weren't drinking. One girl gets one that says to strip to underwear and take a shower. No one expects her to do it, but she just throws all caution to the wind and goes for it. Completely unexpected, very much appreciated. My best friend was dared to swallow a spoonful of mayonnaise. She did it. Then, my other friend, sleepover, middle school, vomited onto my BFF while she was swallowing. Too much Mountain Dew, probably. This caused my BFF to vomit up the mayo. Our moms were called, and we all went home. Bummer night. And the sight of unslathered mayo still makes me nauseous. In high school my then crush were just casually playing it with each other out of boredom, and it was mostly truth. Eventually she said, "I dare you to fuck me." I nervously laughed and responded, "I dare you to fuck me." We nervously laughed together and then played Donkey Kong Country. About 2 months later we did end up finally fucking after I got over myself. My senior year of high school, a bunch of my friends and I rented a cabin in a small town in Idaho a day after Christmas. And things got crazy. I was one of the only people that would take dares, so they made me do all the weird stuff, given this was a bunch of primarily Mormon kids, so it was tame compared to the rest of the stuff on this thread. Anyway, I had my chest waxed, had to wear one of the girls' thongs the rest of the night, and also had to lick someone's belly button. But the worst dare I did that night was to suspend my manly goodie bag in the snow for a full minute. After the first couple of seconds I was agonized. Halfway through, I was sure I would never floof baby gravy again. On the 60th second I tried to yank up my thong back up, and sprinted for the bathroom to dry off and warm up my lovely bunch of coconuts. Unfortunately, the cabin was nothing but waxed, smooth wood. Upon my final turn to enter the bathroom, my legs zipped out from under me, snapping my new butt floss, and I slid spread eagle, balls first into the kitchen, and careen into the refrigerator. The whole group saw my fluffy beanbag, including the girl I fancied. Got a blowjob from a girl I had a crush on in front of a group of 10 people about 6 years ago. As if that wasn't enough, I was then dared to finger her in front of everyone. Someone took a picture of it and posted it on Twitter at 11.59. It got about 500 retweets in a couple of minutes before I told them to take it down. She hasn't spoken to me for 5 years and is physically scared of me. Like, she has pretty much ran away from me at every attempt to talk to her in person. She thinks I orchestrated the picture taking. Edit, by far the most upvotes I've ever had, and it had to be on a post like this. Not crazy, but the one time I played Truth or Dare, my friend was dared to make out with another guy. My friend wasn't exactly the type of dude, but he went for it. It was going alright until the other guy decided to go for some tongue action, which promptly earned him a karate chop to the throat. I have to admit it was pretty funny. Disclaimer: yes, me and my friends were pieces of shit back in the day. When we were like a teen, me and a couple friends were at a park late at night with these 2 guys we never met before. Out of boredom we started playing Truth or Dare. Someone dared our one friend to blow one of the guys. As soon as they headed to the other side of the bathrooms where we were, it was November, the doors were locked. We all left them there and went to Subway. We came back and my friend had a face full of dick, so to speak. In college our game started out harmlessly playful and ended up with a dude going to third base with his girlfriend, me making out with a girl for the first time, and my boyfriend giving another guy a blowjob. We all agreed to never play Truth or Dare again. Not Truth or Dare, but I once had a game of Never Have I Ever turn into me having sex with my crush. So there's that. How? Every game of Never Have I Ever I've ever played basically just turns into everyone sharing their entire sex history with the Akatha, but no one Does anything? Did someone say lost my virginity or thought of sleeping with girl and she picked up on it and was interested? That would be pretty easy for me. My sex history is pretty short.